Well, Caleb, just a few weeks ago, or I guess maybe a week ago, we announced our transition. So, how has your first week been as lead pastor of LifeSource Church?
Was it too late to quit? No, I'm serious. It was, everyone, you actually told me at one point, if you can do anything else but preach, you do that, right?
Yeah.
But it really has been, it's weird because it's been fun. I've actually kind of enjoyed it. It feels, there's a release of just maybe a walk in a gifting that just flows naturally out of me. So it's been small things. It isn't like there's major shifts that I think that have happened, but just having the freedom to move within that gifting, I think it's been really fun. I think it's been a little bit confusing sometimes that people are confused about what we're doing. And so I think that's part of why we wanted to do some of these videos, is just kind of bring you guys into the back end of what's happening from our side and how it feels and some of this process, because we know it isn't different. So, but I guess my same question would be for you. How does it feel like to not be in the lead seat anymore?
Well, it feels pretty good. For me, I've spent my whole week just trying to get people to understand that I'm not retiring and that I'm not leaving, and trying to think of creative ways in which to say that, because obviously just saying it straight forth has not been clear. But no, I feel like the health of the transition is something I want everybody to be able to understand, is that I believe that what we have done and what we continue to do, and you and I continue to work together, is the healthiest process for a church, to be able to continue the vision, to be able to continue the DNA with no interruption. And I had reached a place in my life, which I shared when we made the transition, that it was time for me. The Lord had made that very, very clear, that it was time for me to exchange seats. And God has gifted you uniquely. I say this without any type of defensiveness. That is the strength that you bring to the table. You're better at that than I am. And I believe it's just been the healthiest thing for us to be able to do, as you're able to take that seat and to be able to exercise your giftings of leadership and ministry development. The church is going to be so much healthier in the years ahead. I am able then to focus on what it is that God has gifted me to do. And not just for me personally, but one of the things I'll be doing is helping develop some of our younger men in developing teachers, and as they speak in different areas of the church, which I really enjoy, and that mentoring and influencing relationship. So I think the ongoing transition is going to reveal itself. And I think people are going to find that there is no disruption. There is no change. There is no difference in the way in which we operate, but only the maximizing of the giftings that both you and I both bring.
Yeah, I think that's something I've been really recognizing within my own heart for the last couple months, as the Lord's been just really refining me for this. Once you got to the point where it's like, yeah, elders said yes, and we know that's the outcome. The Lord's just really been on an internal refining for me of just allowing me to shift into a seat and grow to that seat in the health. And that's the thing, is I believe in healthy leadership, and I don't want to not lose your influence into my life. And I mean, you've got 50 years. It would be foolish for me not to continue to be shaped, but I've also seen the Lord shaping me. I mean, I think one of the things that I've noticed over the last, when you say how the last couple of weeks, is there's a lot of people that see me as a business guy, because I was a business guy pretty much all of my life. And I do have a business gifting, but I've also been a pastor my whole life. I've been a children's pastor since I was 19.
You know what's ironic about that? People will have made this statement as they've tried to figure this out. Well, I just hope Caleb doesn't try to lead the church as a business. And I almost laugh at that, because they do not realize that for the last 2 to 3 years, that has literally been your job.
That's what I was paid to do at the church.
Your job was actually to run the business of the church. So the reason why it appeared that way is that was your job. And you did it very well until Pastor Sean came on, and you relinquished a lot of that, to him. But it's just ironic on how people classify, people. But that has been one of the things that I think will continue to unfold as people see us in different roles. I catch myself having to remind myself that's not my decision to make now. And I have to tell people, you know what? I appreciate you letting me know that, but you need to reach out to Pastor Caleb because that is his authority and his decision to be made. So it's a transitional process for everybody.
It is, and I think it's going to be a really good one. I think you guys are a part of a really unique journey that I believe the Lord truly is leading. I believe that there is so much confirmation in what He shared with us about be still and know, and the direction He's taking us. So I want to encourage you guys that are out there going, I'm not sure. Even if you're not sure about trusting us, trust God. There was about 15 people that had to affirm in the Lord what this transition was, and all of them in unanimous did. So we can trust that the Lord is in this. And I believe truly that in 26, we're going to see the greatest year we've seen as a church.
I believe it.
And I believe this transition could be something that models how a truly healthy transition is ordained by God, and how it walks out, that we should see more of the guy who was before that led the legacy still be a part of the legacy. It shouldn't be a in and out. I think that the Lord wants us in a spirit of unity, and that is old to young unity. So I'm excited about where we're going in 26, and we will do more of these over the next few weeks to just kind of keep you guys in the loop as to what's going on in the back end and where the Lord's taking us, and how my growth is happening and how His growth is happening, and really what the Lord's going to do in and through all of us in this church, because every one of us have a calling. That's one of our core beliefs, is God has made all of us for a purpose, and that includes you. So let's join together as we walk through this in 26.
Yeah. God bless you guys.